just getting your head around what you've got to do next when you're starting a project. This is the trouble I'm having as I'm starting my mushroom project. And I figured, well, this could help somebody out. So I put the steps that I went through to get my head together and to try to get to grips with what I really want to achieve and link it with the activities that I do every day. So I prepared this Notion template, which gives you a brief summary of the thought process of getting your ideas together. So you have your goals, your objectives, and your targets, and what do you track? How do you know that you're on track? So all that is in the walkthrough, and then a little bit about how to use the actual databases and helpful tools in the Notion template. If you want to get this template, you can download it from the link in the description box below, or you can also find the link in my profile. Okay, so this is the template, and it's all about managing your mushroom project, and it breaks down the thought process all the way from your goal to your objective, targets, indicators, milestones, and episodes and sprints. So, quickly, start at the top with defining your goal. So, you should be very clear what your goal actually is, and it should have these two components where you basically outline what it is you're trying to do. I'm trying to start a sustainable business for growing mushrooms and selling them and offering other services and value added products. But it also has the second component, which is how do I know when I've achieved my goal? And I put this here. I know I have achieved this goal when the business is making an income for me of 4,000 US dollars each month for 3 months in a row, 3 months running. So I know once I've done that, I've reached my goal. So you might be starting a business for different reasons. I'm starting one because I want to create a new line of income for myself at a level that I feel is comfortable for the needs I have. So that's my goal right there. Then, in order to get there, I need to break this down. So, the way I've done it in this template to make it as easy as possible is to go to the objectives. And what I defined as objectives was okay, look, if I'm starting a business, it means I need to be producing some kind of value. That value can be in the form of products or services. So that's what this is. So I just broke down which products, which services have I decided to offer, and they come out of my SWOT analysis. So remember in the SWOT analysis, you've got your, what does the S stand for now? You've got your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So if you take the O, the opportunities, that is where your products lie. So if you look at the opportunities that you identified already in your SWOT analysis, you can already identify the products that you want to actually create. So out of that, I came up with some products and some services. And to tie them in with my goal, I made sure that each product is basically an objective. So I've got three products that I came up with: A, B, and C. So product A, product B, and service C for this example. And I've also associated monies with them. So product A should give me $1,000 a month, product B $1,000 a month, service C $2,000 a month. Together, that would give me my goal, my target. Then, how do I break this down into targets and indicators? So if that is my goal as I've outlined it, I need to know what do I track? And obviously it's the total monthly products from each, I mean, monthly profits from each product. So that is how I track whether I'm making it or not. And then my milestones, I just put them in a percentage format. So if getting $1,000 per month for product one, which is objective one, if that is my goal, then my first milestone would be maybe reaching 25% of that. That is what I would aim for my first milestone. It could be 10% of that. It could be anything I want. So you can put in as many milestones, I believe, as you need in order to keep good control of your project. So if you want to be measuring it every 10%, that's what I'm doing. So every time I reach 10% of my goal, 10%, 20%, 30%, it might be a bit of overkill, but I really just want to have a proper view of what's going on. If I did it with bigger increments like 25%, 50%, 75%, there's a lot that can go wrong between those two milestones. So I'd rather catch whatever's going on when it happens. So that's why I've gone with 10%. And then how do you break down your activities into episodes and sprints? So those of you who know about agile management have probably heard of these two terms. I think they're really useful. I'll share some links for a book about agile, which I thought was really cool. But what they basically talk about is how you can focus your thinking and break it up into episodes, meaning what's the general focus of what you're doing, and the sprint, the iterations that you do in order to get your episode done. So your episode in this case maps to the objective, and sprints is the activity that I do in finite bits of time. So I like my sprints to be just a week. Other people can do 6 weeks, other people can do 2 months. It's up to you. How long can you keep your focus? That's the question. So I think I can focus for a week. And in that week, I want to achieve a tangible result. And then the next week, I'll do a new sprint where I've got a new milestone, a new objective that I'm targeting. And I basically do it like that. So week by week, I need to have a tangible result. Just the one. If I'm feeling really adventurous, I can have more than that. But that's what you really want to do. Keep focus. Make sure that you're actually achieving as you go. So the overview of your project would basically look like this, where you have your goal up here. I've purposely made it small so that you can't really see what's going on in my head. But anyway, you can get the general picture. You've got the goal, then you've got objectives and indicators, milestones, episodes, and finally sprints. So your sprints are basically describing what you do every day. Then in the template, I've got a weekly to do list where if you click it, it can help you every week to generate one of these to do lists, which I think is super cool. So then you can put in your week here, and then you can also put whichever day you want to actually start. So where do you actually want to start your week? Then you got some quick tools, a sprint planner, literature, place to keep ideas, and then your activities and results management. So your activities management gives you this lovely database that helps you track your objective key results uh, week by week, and it also helps you to keep some overview whether you're behind, ahead, or not, and then somewhere to track the money that you're spending and the money that's coming in. Then finally, in the results template, in the results part of the template, rather, that's where you can actually see whether your result is hitting the mark. So if we go all the way down and we look over here, you've got your milestones now, status, velocity, which basically talks about your sprints. If you've got 10 activities in a sprint, if you achieve 5 of those activities, you've achieved 50%. So I'll put 50% here. And then it gives you this little bar that tells you that's how you're doing 50%, 550 out of 100. And if you keep doing this for all of your milestones as the weeks go on, you can see the average of how your velocity is. Are you behind? Are you slow? Are you fast? Then here you can see how much you've actually made in total sales, and then how much are you actually getting in profits. This is key because ultimately what we want to do is make sure that this figure in our goal is profit. It doesn't matter if you're making all these sales, if the percentage of profit is minuscule, then you've done nothing. So it ends right back at the beginning again. So, like I said, have a look, download it by using the link in the description box below or the link in my profile. Enjoy. Thank goodness for solar power. Well, if you really liked what I was talking about, if it helped you at all, if you want to see more content like this, then please think about subscribing to the channel and making sure that you like the video. I'll see you next time. And make sure you comment if it really helps you out.